Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Check it, guys. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online, please confirm to me. Right. Right, sir, and a little bit delay because, and I think so that the Servlets students, they thought they are using the frameworks link. Actually, our link is like which one there? Workshop link here we are, demos link we are using here. So that is the reason why then people are not coming to this session now, a bit of delay. So it was delayed. Yeah, no problem. Just I'm going to start our session now. Yeah. I think already already we submitted mails and as well as messages through mobile numbers also regarding this new link information, but still they didn't attend it. Yeah, the problem is people are not checking mails every day. Every day people are not checking the emails. That's a problem. Yeah, that's a because of JSP now. Actually, then if you go for companies, then what is the first task? Do you know? Just every day, number of tasks the developers has to complete. Then what is the first task? Can we go for company? What is that very first task? What is the first activity? Yeah? Yes, guys. So whenever we are taking our system, immediate the very first thing is which one? Open our mail and checking that mail. Any reports are coming from manager or anything else is coming from or people there, then any notifications are coming. Checking that is one thing, right? All of you observe this clearly. So, but people are not doing that. Right, sir. Good. Instead of instead of email, it's people are checking WhatsApp, right? Yeah. That's okay, guys. So, not worry for that. We are going to complete this as soon as possible. No need to think much about it. Right. Once people are getting notification, then definitely they will come for it. This timing is final, guys. Then max after the completion. After the completion of our course, this timing may be maximum fixed. Attend for it in this fashion. Why? Because I asked it there on Friday, but almost more than half of the members are not supported. Take the sessions at morning time. That's why I fixed this original time now. Right. That's okay, guys. Now this is okay. Fine. Leave this one. So before going to start our content, Jsp Technology. First of all, let's understand. Let's understand what exactly the content we are going to see in a JSP. What is the content here we are going to see in a JSP that we are going to understand. Right. The very first one is like which one? Introduction part I'm going to discuss with you. Inside this introduction part, just I'm going to compare then JSP with the servlets and why we are coming for JSP and how JSP pages we are able to prepare. So this kind of basic content here we are able to discuss. Then after that, the second thing is which one? And JSP deployment, that means JSP or else maybe first program, first application in a JSP that will prepare the first application in JSP. After completion of this first application in JSP, and second one is like which one? JSP lifecycle. JSP lifecycle that we are going to understand. Once if we complete this JSP lifecycle, the total very good flow of execution I will provide in the case of this JSP SNOM. Once this JSP lifecycle is completed, then where we are going to start like which one? JSP elements. JSP elements part I will start there. Then where some interview questions and some introductory parts and all the things I'm able to discuss with you. After completion of these JSP elements, that basic overview, individual elements we are going to start. JSP individual elements we are going to start. What are the various individual elements inside this JSP now? First one is like which one? JSP directives. We are going to understand it. JSP directives. Under this JSP directives, and especially we are going to understand majorly, right? The very first one is like which one? JSP like a page directive. That is one of the important content, Jsp page directive. After completion of this Jsp page directive, the second thing is like which one? And Jsp include directive. Include directive. This is another one, Jsp include directive. Then after completion of this Jsp include directive, third one is Jsp tag lib directive. Here in the case of these directives, or we are going to have main focus on like which one? First two only. This third one will be utilized in a custom text preparation, not yet, but syntax and its purpose we are able to understand inside these Jsp directives, not more than that. This is like which one here? Jsp directives part, and the three directives we are going to understand in more effective manner. Next one is after completion of this Jsp directives basic part now. After understanding this Jsp directives basic content here, and the next topic is sixth one. Next topic will be like which one? Jsp scripting elements. Jsp scripting elements. Under these Jsp scripting elements, what we are able to understand here? Under these Jsp scripting elements, majorly we are able to understand like which one? Jsp declarations, and next one is scriptlets. Jsp scriptlets. Then after that, third one is like which one? Jsp expression. Right. So these three topics we are going to understand under this Jsp scripting elements. So the main intention of Jsp scripting elements is to write Java code inside the Jsp pages. Mainly to write Java code inside the Jsp pages, we are using like which one? Jsp scripting elements. Here inside these Jsp scripting elements, three types of scripting elements are existed. First one is like which one? Jsp declarations. Second one is Jsp scriptlets, and third one is which one? Jsp expressions. Right? Jsp declarations are used to provide Java declarations inside the Jsp pages, like variables declarations and methods declarations or classes declarations. What do we want to declare? Something inside our Jsp pages. No, the declarations we are going to understand through the Jsp declarations. By using Jsp scriptlets, we are able to prepare a block of Java code inside the Jsp pages. Block of Java code we are going to keep inside the Jsp pages. That's the purpose of like which one? Jsp scriptlets. And Jsp expression language. Jsp expression is nothing but which one? A table to accommodate a single Java expression and a table to evaluate it, and the result it able to display on browser. It able to display the result of a particular expression on browser. For that purpose, we are using like which one? Jsp scripting elements. Right, so now Jsp expressions. Right, so now after completion of these Jsp scripting elements like this here, then next content would be after completion of the scripting elements, I'll go for like which one? Right, so now Jsp page directive, include directive, tag lib directive, and scripting elements. Then after that, Jsp implicit objects. Jsp implicit objects. So these objects, implicit objects, we are going to use frequently. In Java code inside the Jsp pages, some predefined objects we are going to use. What are the various predefined objects here we are able to use them? So here list of implicit objects are available. What are this list of implicit objects actually? Right, so now that very first one is like which one here? Out is one of the implicit objects. Next one is like which one? Request. And next one is like which one here? Response. Right, response implicit object. And the fourth one is like which one? We can observe this clearly. Out request and response. Next one is like which one? Info. Then after that, fifth one. Right, sir. Now not like this info. Then we can observe this clearly. Right, sir. Then I want to go for like which one here? Config. Config is one thing, and the next one is like which one here? Application. Application implicit object. Then after that, sixth one is like which one? Session implicit object. And one minute. Yeah. I will discuss each and every point, yes. No need to worry for that. And some of the predefined objects which are managed by Jsp that we have to understand. Right. Now okay, just I want to say like which one get page implicit object. And next one is like which one? Exception implicit object. Then after completion of this, the ninth one is like which one? Then after completion of this, page context implicit object. These are like which one get 9 number of implicit objects which are available inside the Jsp technology. Seventh one is like which one? JSP implicit objects. Out, request to response, config, application, session, page, exception, and page context. These many implicit objects are available. 1 minute, yes, right. Right, sir. That's okay. Good. Yeah. So now, implicit objects in the sense some of the predefined objects. Some predefined objects we are going to use in JSP now. Instead of creating objects every time, some predefined objects are provided with JSP technology. They are called as like which one here now? JSP implicit object. All of you have to this clear. Sure. Right, sir. Now, and the next content will be like which one get. Then after that, after completion of this, JSP scopes. The next content will be like which one can know? JSP scopes. JSP scopes is the next content. Then inside these JSP scopes, what we are going to understand actually. In a JSP scopes, 4 types of scopes are going to be available. Then what are the scopes here? First one is like which one? Page scope. Page scope. Next one is like which one here? Request scope. Right, so request scope. After this request scope, and third one would be like which one here? Session scope. And last one is fourth one is application scope. Right, so these are like which one here, no? And JSP scopes. Good. After completion of the JSP scopes, just we are going to see some applications on the basis of up to whatever the concepts here we are having here up to this 8th part. So we are going to prepare a separate application. One or two examples we are going to prepare just for the sake of practicing on all this content here. This is one thing. Then after completion of this, the next one is like which one here? Completion of this now here, we have to observe this clearly which one? JSP actions. Inside these JSP actions introduction here we are able to provide. Now, inside these JSP actions, we are able to see like which one? JSP action tags. JSP action tags. Inside the JSP action tags, number of tags are available. We are going to understand all these number of tags also. What are the various tags here we are able to understand inside this JSP action tags now? First one is like which one again? That's then very first one is like which one? JSP colon use being tag. And next one is and JSP colon set property tag. Third one is JSP colon get property tag. Right. After that. Fourth one is JSP colon include tag. And the fifth one is JSP colon forward tag. And the sixth one is JSP colon use bin tag, set property tag, get property tag, include forward and param tag. Seventh one is JSP colon, say for example, plugin tag, and eighth one is like which one? JSP colon, after this plugin tag, fallback tag. Ninth one is JSP colon, params tag, and 10th one is JSP colon, declaration tag. 11th one is JSP colon, scriptlet, tag. Then 12th one, JSP colon, declaration, scriptlet, and what next one, expression. So these tags. Now these are the various tags we are going to understand inside, like which one? They are JSP actions. I'll have after this clear. Then after that, after completion of this ninth one, JSP actions there, JSP action tags. No, JSP actions are JSP action tags. Then 10th one is like which one? Custom tags, JSP custom tags. JSP custom tags. Inside the JSP custom tags, then content will be very clear. First one is like which one? Custom tag elements. Custom tags elements. If you want to prepare custom tags, what we require? That elements we have to understand. Next one is we need to prepare like which one here? Classic tags. We have to prepare. Under this classic tags, again, what we are able to have there? We are able to understand about like which one? Tag interface. And second thing is like which one? After this tag interface, iteration tag interface. Iteration tag interface. After understanding this iteration tag interface, no, next one is like which one? Tag support class. And fourth one is like which one? Body tag. And the fifth one is like which one? Body tag support class. Body tag support. These things we are going to understand and their life cycles. Each and everything, predefined implementation and their life cycles here we are going to understand. And third one is like which one? Simple tags. Inside the simple tags, here we are going to understand. First one is like which one? Simple tag interface. And second one is like which one? Simple tag support class. And their application developments. And here itself we are able to prepare like which one? And before this tag support class, then after that, the fourth one here what I am going to include there. Fourth one is like nested tags. That one also we are going to include it. Now this will be like which one here? Fifth one, and this is sixth one. Like this, we are able to have some content. Similarly, after completion of this and a simple tags and simple tag and simple tag support class, after understanding this JSP custom tags, now with this total JSP part will be completed. With this particular content, JSP part will be completed. Then after that, we are going to take like which one? JSTL, JSP standard tag library. JSTL, we are going to understand. Inside this JSTL, we are able to have some concepts there. Like first of all, like which one? Core tags, collection of tags only, core tags. And next one is like which one? Formatted tags. And after that, third one is like which one? SQL tags. And after that, fourth one is like which one again? Functions tags. That's it. But XML tags are available, but we are not going to understand about this XML tags. Why? Because we require some XML awareness, but it is not required anyway. So these many tags here we are going to understand under like which one know, and JSTL, that means JSP standard tag library. Right. So then after that, next one is like which one? Just we need to go for next one. 12th one is like which one? Expression language. Expression language. Inside this expression language, what are the concepts here we are able to have there inside this expression language? We are going to understand clearly. In expression language, we are going to understand clearly. After this clearly, first one is expression language introduction part. Then second thing is like which one? EL operators. Then after that, third one is like which one? EL implicit objects. Expression language implicit objects. And the fourth one is like which one? EL functions. That's it. That these are overall content here we are able to understand. These are like which one here? The total syllabus of the JSP what we are going to discuss there clearly. Right. So all of you observe this clearly. What I'm going to prepare now. Overall, the concepts get just one time if you observe this clearly. First one is JSP introduction part. Then first application in a JSP, JSP life cycle, JSP elements. Under the JSP elements, we are able to discuss like which one can know, and JSP directives and JSP scripting elements. Then these things here we are going to understand there. Next one is JSP implicit objects and JSP scopes. The next content is like which one JSP scopes. All of you observe this clearly. Then after this, JSP scopes now. And Jsp action tags. This is one of the important components. Jsp action tag and Jsp custom tags that we are going to understand. Under this custom tags, a list of elements are available. Classic tags are available, and next one is like which one? Simple tags. Both are existed here. Then after that, JSTL tag library, core tags, formatted tags, and SQL tags. Next one is like which one? Functions tags. These many tags are existed. Next one is expression language. Here, inside this expression language, what we are discussing here. Expression language introduction and expression language operators, expression language implicit objects, and next one is like which one? Expression language functions. These many things here we are discussing, sir. Right, these are the various content here. We have to observe this clearly about like which one you know about this total JSP syllabus. This is JSP content. What we are going to discuss that we are able to plan for this clearly. Right, sir. Good. This is the total content. Today, just I want to start very basic introduction part here. Because almost less than 50% only they are coming. The remaining members are not having information about like they're having information, but they are unable to check their mails. They're not coming to this particular class, no. But just little bit introduction what I want to take, no. Then after that I will go for like which one class and tomorrow. But first of all, let's introduce this JSP technology. Right, so now I'm going to ask few questions to you. Now try to answer for these few questions, guys. All of you, all of you, try to answer for a few questions now. Simple questions that I'm going to discuss with you. Now just we have to answer for it. Right, sir. Basics of JSF I will discuss, sir. Not a complete JSF. Even it may take again a few months of time to go for this one. First 3 to 4 examples I will show on JSF also. Yes. No problem. Then if you are thinking about it, now I will include that. Okay, fine, no problem. JSF basics. I'll include that. JSF basics also I will include that. At least we are able to see how to prepare examples with the JSF. What are the components we require to prepare the JSF? No, that we are going to understand clearly. No problem. Where that inside these subtopics here, if you observe this clearly, JSF introduction in the sense which includes MVC and all these things. No, then after that JSF elements. After these JSF elements and JSF applications. But number of services are available inside these JSF applications, no, depending on our time. Just we are going to check that. We are going to see the total content or not. All right. That depends on our patient's level. Just we will check it anyway. That's it. Yeah. So in JSF elements, we are able to see the total internal flow, then how they are going to be worked out and how. We are able to see that at least basic awareness. Basic flow of execution, if you know, that's sufficient about this one. That's it. Good. Leave this content here. Now, after completion of all this content here, next what we are going to understand here, introduction part. Let's observe this clearly. All of you observe this clearly. What is the purpose to come for JSP? What is the purpose to come for this JSP? JSP stands for, JSP is Java Server Pages. That's it. Am I right or not? JSP stands for like which one? Java Server Pages. Okay, good. Then what is the purpose of this one? What is the purpose of this one? JSP is a technology. It can be used to prepare web applications. can be used to prepare web applications. JSP is a technology. It can be used to prepare web applications. Guys, first of all, tell me, all of you are having awareness on basic technologies like which one? Static response, dynamic response. Then after that, web application, standalone application, web technologies. All of you are having awareness on these terminologies. All of you are getting this type of terminologies regularly. Regularly, we use these terminologies in our application development also. I think all of you are having this terminology, right? Good. And right, sir. One more thing, guys. And any of your new members today? Any of your new members today? Only for JSP, you are attending. Any of your new members today? Without attending these servlets, any of you are attending today regarding this JSP? No response. Yeah, I think so. No new members are registered here. So all the members are, that means regular, continuous members only. That's why I'm asking it. I think so. If you are regular students, no, then you are having awareness on like which one and what is like which one, web application and web technologies, dynamic response and static response. This type of technologies already you are having. So as for that, I'm able to plan for this total content. Right, sir. Anyway, now leave this content here. So what is the point here I'm telling to you? JSP is a server, Java server pages. JSP is a technology. It can be used to prepare web applications. Next one is after completion of this JSP, right? JSP in web application development, in web applications development, they will use JSP pages to provide presentation part or view part. Presentation part or view part, not for processing. Please remember this one. In web applications, we will not use JSP pages for processing requests. Now tell me guys, which components will be used to process the request now? Which components will be used to process the request now? Please answer to my questions. Which components we are going to use to process the request? Any idea? Servlets. Servlets we are going to use to process the request, but we are not going to use JSP pages to process the request. Okay, we are not going to use JSP pages to process the request, but we will use JSP pages for which purpose they know? For generating dynamic response to client with very good look and feel. All of you observe this clearly. In web applications, we will not use JSP pages for processing requests. We will use JSP pages for generating dynamic response to client with very good look and feel. To improve look and feel for our web applications, we are going to use JSP pages. Then immediately people are asking about one question, or else maybe before that. One more point I'm telling you. In web applications, and especially which applications now? In MVC based web applications, in MVC based web applications, we will use JSP pages as a viewport. Right, sir. We will use JSP pages as a viewport. Then immediately people are asking to me, sub HTML files are available, HTML pages we can use there. HTML we are able to use to prepare viewport or presentation part and to improve look and feel. We are able to use some HTML pages. Then what is the requirement to compare JSP pages? Then what is the difference between HTML and JSP pages? Right. If you observe this point here, no type of point here, what I'm telling you, HTML is a static. HTML pages are static. HTML pages are static. They're able to provide static response only. HTML pages are static and they're able to provide they're able to provide static response only. HTML pages are static, they're able to provide static response only. But JSP pages are dynamic and they are able to provide dynamic response. So this is the point we have to understand clearly about this JSP. In MVC based web applications, we will use JSP page as a viewport. Immediately the note kind of point is which one? HTML pages are static, they're able to provide static pages only, static response only. But JSP pages are dynamic and they're able to provide dynamic response. This is another point. Here we have to understand about like which one? JSP. Next one is, after completion of this, next one is, now observe this clearly, how JSP technology was designed. How JSP technology was designed. What is the main intention of JSP technology? Right, sir. In web applications, the main intention of JSP technology is to reduce Java code as much as possible. The main intention of JSP technology is to reduce Java code as much as possible in the web applications. So JSP main intention is which one? Preparing JSP pages. That means preparing web applications without Java code. Java code free web applications that JSP wants to prepare. So because of that reason only, here we are getting like which one? JSP. That's the main intention of the JSP. Okay, fine. But immediately we are getting question. Is it possible to prepare web applications with only JSP, without servlets and without Java code? Come on, guys. Is it possible to prepare web applications with only JSP, without servlets and without like which one get Java code? Is it possible? Is it possible to prepare web applications? No. No, not at all possible. Not at all possible. Not at all possible. So why? Because JSPs, by using JSPs, we can remove Java code max. That's okay, fine. But still, in our web applications, there is a requirement to write Java code. Even other than this, like which one can know? JSP pages. Other than this, like which one can know? This is servlets. That's my point. What I'm telling you. So anyway, one point is very much clear. So by using JSP, we are unable to remove servlets. Definitely, we have to write some Java code or maybe servlets. Even JSP technology is available. Even JSP technology is included in our project, but still some servlets we have to write and some like which one Java code we have to write to prepare our JSP applications. It's not possible anyway now. Next one is how JSP pages are designed. How JSP pages are designed. If you come for this particular point here, answer is very clear. JSP technology designed on the top of servlets API and J2SE API. That's it. JSP technology was designed on the basis of servlet API and what next one you know? J2SE API. That means core Java and servlets. On the basis of core Java and servlets only, the JSP technology was prepared. Right, sir. Everybody has to understand it. JSP technology was designed on the top of like which one? Servlets API and J2SE API only, not any other one. Next one. JSP pages are running. JSP pages are running on the top of servlets only. JSP pages are running on the top of servlets only. Everybody has to understand this one. JSP pages are running on the top of servlets only. How can we say this one? How can we say this one? What is the reason for it? No. The point is when we submit request to a particular JSP page, then where internally container will translate the JSP page into a servlet. Container will translate the JSP page into a servlet. Container will translate the JSP page into a servlet. All of you observe this clearly. Then internally one servlet will be created, that is created by container or server, whatever it may be. Internally one JSP page is created. Sorry, internally, like which one is created here, a servlet will be created, and automatically that container will access that servlet. Container is able to get some response. That response is the final response from our JSP page, and that response will be displayed at our client browser. Right, everybody has to understand it. So whenever we submit request a particular JSP page, the JSP page will be converted to servlet. The servlet is acting as like which one? Containers. JSP pages are translated to servlet. Then the servlets, then once the servlets are created, no, then by the execution of that servlet only, response will be generated on our like which one? Client browser. That's my point. So because of the reason what I'm telling, JSP pages are running on the top of like which one? Servlets only. Not more than that. Not on any other content. Right, sir. All of you are getting clarity up to these points, guys. Directly giving a few points on this in the base of this JSP. No, all of you are getting clarity on this content here. That means JSP introduction part. Are you understanding these points now? Each and everything, each and every points we are using regularly in the regular discussions. We used all these points now. Not more than that. Nothing is difficult, Right. That's okay. Good. After completion of this total content, next one is how we are able to prepare JSP page now. How it is possible to prepare JSP page? Tell me, sir, how it is possible to prepare JSP page? Then after preparing JSP page and where we are able to provide these JSP pages in our web applications. Then after keeping our JSP page in our web applications, how we are able to access them. These things here we have to understand. Right, so now basic introduction part can be completed regarding this JSPs. No, what is what kind of information here we provided. Then after that, now the next thing is like which one? First application in JSPs. No, that means, and before going to start this first application in a JSP scale, few more points here we have to understand. What are the few more points? Come on, guys. Now, can you tell me what is the directory structure for this web application? No, what is the directory structure? Can you tell me? What is this directory structure? Any idea? Right. All of you observe this clearly. I'll give some idea. No. This is like which one? Web apps folder. Inside this web apps folder, we have to create our own application folder. This is like which one? Application folder. Inside this application folder, we are able to have like which one? Web folder. Web folder. Inside this web folder, we are able to have process folder. That's the web apps. Now inside this web apps application folder, then inside this application folder, web folder. Then inside this web folder, classes folder. This is about like which one? Our web application directory structure. Okay, good. Come on, guys. Now tell me, in general, where we are going to keep our normal HTML pages now? In general, in our application development, where we are keeping our HTML pages there? Now tell me. In the case of IDE, we are using web content. Under this web content, we are keeping it. Or if it is IntelliJ IDEA, there we are using like which one they know directly. We are using like which one web. Web is a folder. There we are creating now. But in general, where we are going to keep our pages, HTML pages. In general, we are keeping our HTML pages under application folder. Am I right or not? Under application folder only, we are providing like which one? All the like which one here? Pages. Under application folder, we are preparing. Sir, am I right or not? Under application folder here, we are preparing. No, that's okay, fine. Similarly, where we are going to keep these JSP pages in general, where we are able to prepare these JSP pages in general. Yes, we are able to prepare these JSP pages in general under which one? No, application folder. Inside this application folder only, we are going to keep our JSP pages. That's good. But actually, the point is which one? Actually, the point is which one? We are able to keep our JSP pages. We are able to provide our JSP pages at all the locations of the web application directory structure. At all the locations of the web application directory structure, we are able to keep JSP pages at any location inside the JSP pages. Under application folder, we can provide. Under web folder, we can provide. Under classes folder, we are able to provide. Everybody has to understand it. So in web application directory structure, at any location, we are able to provide which one? JSP pages. Right. Now let me check this point here. In web applications, we are able to provide JSP pages at any location. At any location in web application directory structures. Fine. Then here, what is the point I'm telling to you? Apart from this, at any location, we are able to keep our web application directory structure, but here some cases are available. What are the cases here we are going to understand now? Case number one, if we keep JSP pages under application folder, we keep JSP pages under application folder. If we keep JSP pages under application folder, then we are able to access JSP pages. We are able to access JSP pages by using its name. By using that respective JSP file name. By using respective file name, here we are able to prepare it. If you observe this clearly. Right, sir. If we keep JSP pages under application folder, then we are able to access JSP pages by using its name. For example, if my page name is like which one loginform.jsp, if my page name is loginform.jsp, then we are able to access with the same loginform.jsp. That's it. That's the point here. What I'm telling you know, by using page name, we are able to access it now. Good. Of course, anything index.jsp or whatever it may be, anything. Let's say, for example, if my JSP page name is like which one here, loginform.jsp, for example, then we are able to provide like which one, http:// localhost : 1010 / say for example login app. Then inside this, just we are able to specify like which one here, login form.jsp. In which way we are accessing HTML page, in the same way we are able to access it. But another point is like which one, other than this application folder, if we provide inside this web folder, or if we provide inside like which one, classes folder, other than this application folder, if we use some other location there, if we provide some other location, then how? Right, so if we come for this particular point, if we provide JSP pages under under webinf folder or under classes folder, then we have to access. Come on, guys. First of all, tell me, servlets are going to be provided under which folder there? Please respond for my question. Where servlets are going to be provided? Where servlets are going to be provided? Under classes folder only servlets are going to be provided. Am I right or not? Servlets are going to be provided under classes folder only. Okay, fine. How we are accessing these servlets? Now tell me. How we are accessing servlets from client? Now tell me. By providing URL. Inside this URL, what we are providing? Inside this URL, what we are providing? About this servlet, we are providing some URL pattern or not? Inside the URL, we are providing some URL pattern or not? Definitely, here we are providing like which one? Some URL pattern. Right. Similarly, what is the point here I'm telling you? Right, sir. Similarly, so if we provide JSP page under webinf folder or under classes folder, then we have to access that JSP page by defining alias name or an URL pattern. Both are same. Alias name or URL pattern in a web.xml file. In a web.xml file. That's it. But how we are able to prepare this? How we are able to prepare this web.xml file? That's the question, sir. If you want to prepare alias name for the for the JSP page, no, then what we have to do there? We have to use a set of tags. What are the tags here we are able to use there? Web app tag here we have to use. Inside these web app tags here we have to provide like which one? Servlet. Now inside this servlet, what we are able to provide there? Servlet name. No chances to provide annotations in JSP pages. No. See, first of all, it is not Java code. For Java code only, we are going to apply which one? Annotations. In the case of with respect to Java, in the case of the JSP, no chances to use annotations in the case of the JSP base. Everything we have to provide. If you want to provide any configuration details about this, we have to keep that inside which one? XML file only. Right. So now servlet name here we have to use. Servlet name may be anything. Say for example, I want to provide like which one? Login page. Some logical name. Next one is servlet class. Servlet class. If we use this servlet class now in general for servlets we are using the servlet class, but in the case of JSP, what we are able to provide there, JSP file we are able to use. In case of this servlet class, we are using like which one? JSP file. There we have to provide a relative path to the JSP page. For example, contextual relative path. Assume it we are at application folder. From application folder onwards, we have to specify path to the JSP now. Thus we can upload this clearly webinf now slash say for example login form.jsp maybe existed and slash JSP file. This is a small change. Next one is like which one? Servlet mapping. Here we have to provide. Next one is like which one? Servlet mapping. Inside this servlet mapping, we have to provide like which one? Servlet name, login page, servlet name. Next one is like which one here? URL pattern here we have to define. What is that URL pattern here? We are able to provide there and a slash login page or login JSP or something else. Just we can provide this login page and a slash URL pattern here. We are able to provide something else. Like this here, we are able to define URL pattern for JSP page. If we declare that in a webinf folder or in a classes folder, to access that, we are defining URL pattern. That URL pattern can be provided inside like which one? Web.xml file. Web storage insert the servlet name and JSP file, servlet mapping, insert the servlet mapping, servlet name and URL pattern. Right. So this is the way to prepare like this. Now, if you want to keep this JSP page, that means login form.jsp page, no, then again, what we have to do, what exact that URL key we have to use at client browser now. http:// localhost 1010/login app and a slash directly here we have to prepare like which one, login page. That's it. When we provide a request with the login page, no, automatically container will take that and container will map that login page is for like which one, login form.jsp. Then container will execute this login form.jsp and we are able to get some output clearly. That's enough. This is the way to prepare like which one, JSP pages under application folder, under our application. Right. The remaining thing is which one I have to prepare an example and I have to show all this, all the possibilities of this example there. By that, we are able to start our Jsp technology also. Right, yes, and just due to the lack of the members there, due to this less members now, I want to discuss about this content like which one again, and tomorrow, just let me give that once again intimation to them. Tomorrow onwards, I want to go for this application development and how to prepare the JSP pages in our web applications, how to access them. We are able to understand. Then follow that, we are able to see JSP lifecycle totally, right? So that's okay, guys. That's all for today. Then I want to discuss the remaining content tomorrow. And tomorrow at 10:30, same link, guys. Then up to a few days of time, just we can use the same link. Whatever the link at present we are using now, same link we can use there. Tomorrow also everyday timing is 10:30. Everyday timing is 10:30. Just we can come for this class at 10:30. Then 10:30 to 11:30, we are planning for it and we are able to discuss the content. Tomorrow also the same 10:30. I will discuss there. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow.